and welcome. You are watching Pattaya Info, your calm and reliable source for news, events, and important developments from Pattaya and surrounding areas here in Thailand. Thank you for joining us today. Please take a moment to relax, settle in, and let us take a look at several stories that have recently drawn attention across the Pattaya region. Local authorities in Pattaya have recently increased enforcement along the city's famous beaches, focusing on unauthorized commercial activities taking place on public sand areas. City officials say they have discovered several individuals setting up foldable mats and beach chairs and offering them for rent to tourists without official permission. According to the municipality, this practice is considered an illegal use of public land. Pattaya Beach, like all public beaches in Thailand, is classified as national property. This means the shoreline must remain open and accessible to everyone, including both residents and visitors. Authorities explained that no individual or business is allowed to claim sections of the beach for private commercial purposes. During recent inspections, municipal officers observed operators placing rows of mats and portable chairs directly on the sand, offering them to tourists for a fee. Because these activities were not authorized by the city, officials immediately stepped in. Under current municipal regulations, anyone found renting out beach mats or chairs on public beach areas may face immediate confiscation of their equipment. In addition, violators may also receive on-the-spot fines. Confiscated items are typically transported to the Pattaya Municipal Enforcement Center, where they are stored while further legal procedures are considered or penalties are processed. City representatives emphasized that the rule does not prevent people from enjoying the beach. Visitors are still welcome to bring their own personal mats, towels, umbrellas, or portable chairs. Relaxing on the sand using personal belongings is completely permitted. The restriction only applies to commercial rental activities taking place directly on public beachland. Officials say commercial services of this type may only operate within private property areas, such as inside beachside buildings, licensed venues, or designated commercial spaces. The goal of the policy, according to the city, is to keep Pattaya's beaches open, orderly, and accessible for the large number of people who visit every day. Municipal patrol teams have now increased their presence along the coastline, conducting routine inspections to ensure that beach regulations are followed. Authorities are also reminding vendors and operators to comply with the rules in order to avoid fines or confiscation of their equipment. In another incident earlier this morning, a street vendor operating a motorcycle with a sidecar was seriously injured in a road accident along Pattaya Klong Road. The crash occurred at approximately 5:20 in the morning on March 15th. Emergency responders from the Sawang Boribun Rescue Center received a report that a motorcycle with a sidecar had collided with a parked minibus, leaving one person badly injured. The accident took place on Central Pattaya Road, opposite a well-known local restaurant called Prachan Bon Khao Tom. Rescue volunteers quickly arrived at the scene. They found a woman identified as 52-year-old Somjit Boonsilatham lying on the road. According to rescue personnel, she was unconscious and breathing very weakly when they reached her. First aid was provided immediately at the scene before she was urgently transported to a nearby hospital for further medical treatment. Nearby, the red Honda Wave motorcycle she had been riding was found heavily damaged. The vehicle was equipped with a sidecar, commonly used for mobile street vending throughout Thailand. Food items and cooking equipment were scattered across the road following the crash. Witnesses told police that the motorcycle had been traveling along the road when the rider suddenly swerved to avoid a sedan approaching from the opposite direction. During the maneuver, the rider reportedly lost control of the motorcycle. The vehicle then struck a minibus that had been parked along the roadside. The impact caused the rider to be thrown from the motorcycle, resulting in severe injuries. Police officers documented the accident scene and photographed the damaged vehicles. Investigators are also reviewing CCTV cameras to better understand what happened, including the movements of the sedan that the rider attempted to avoid. Authorities noted that motorcycles with sidecars, known locally as salang, are technically not approved for regular road use under traffic regulations. However, they are commonly seen throughout Thailand and are widely tolerated due to their role in street food vending and small mobile businesses. Police say the investigation into the exact cause of the accident is still ongoing. Another early morning incident in Pattaya involved a foreign woman who suffered serious injuries after falling from a hotel building. The event occurred shortly after 4 o'clock in the morning on March 15th. Emergency services received a report that a person had fallen from a height at a hotel located in Soi Bong Coach 8. Rescue volunteers and Pattaya police officers quickly arrived at the scene. When they arrived, they found the woman lying in bushes beside the building. The hotel itself is an 8-story structure, and investigators believe the woman fell from the 4th floor. She was estimated to be between 30 and 40 years old. Rescue workers reported that the woman had a strong smell of alcohol and appeared heavily intoxicated. Although the bushes may have softened the impact slightly, she still suffered serious injuries. Emergency responders provided first aid while preparing her for transport to a nearby hospital. According to a security guard working at the hotel, he heard a loud crashing sound during his shift. At first, he believed something heavy had fallen into the bushes. When he went to check the area, he discovered the injured woman lying there and calling for help. The guard immediately contacted emergency services. Police conducting the initial investigation said the woman appeared confused and disoriented when officers attempted to speak with her. Her statements were reportedly unclear, which investigators believe may have been related to alcohol consumption. Authorities are now reviewing security camera footage from the building to determine exactly how the fall occurred. At this stage, police believe the incident was likely accidental. However, they say the investigation will continue until the exact circumstances are confirmed. No further details about the woman's identity or nationality have been released at this time. And finally tonight, a tragic road accident near Pattaya claimed the life of a motorcyclist after a high-speed collision with a luxury sedan. The crash occurred in the early hours of Saturday morning in the Bangla-Mung district of Chonburi province. At approximately 1:30 a.m., police and rescue volunteers received reports of a serious collision in a small road leading towards the Khao Mai Keo area in Nong Pla Lai. When emergency responders arrived, they found a gray BMW sedan with severe damage to its front section. The vehicle had also struck and broken a roadside utility pole following the collision. The driver of the car, a 34-year-old man identified as Panupat Homa, remained at the scene. According to police, he appeared shocked by the incident. The driver told officers that he did not see the motorcycle rider before the crash. He also stated that the uphill section of the road may have limited his visibility. The motorcyclist, a Thai man whose identity has not yet been confirmed, suffered fatal injuries during the collision. Authorities pronounced him dead at the scene. His motorcycle, a black Honda Wave, was completely destroyed by the impact. Witnesses in the area told reporters they heard a loud crash moments after noticing the BMW traveling quickly along the road. A group of teenagers who had been riding nearby said they saw the sedan approaching at high speed from the opposite direction, shortly before the collision occurred. After hearing the crash, they rushed towards the scene and found the aftermath of the accident. Police officers documented the scene carefully and are now reviewing CCTV footage from nearby locations. The BMW driver has been taken into custody while investigators continue their work. Authorities have also conducted a breathalyzer test to determine whether alcohol may have been a factor in the crash. Officials say the investigation will examine all available evidence to ensure fairness in the legal process. These incidents serve as reminders of the importance of safety and awareness both on the roads and in everyday situations across the city. Local authorities continue to monitor developments and will release additional information if new details emerge. And that brings us to the end of today's report. Thank you for watching Pattaya Info. We truly appreciate your time and support. Please stay safe, take care of yourselves and those around you, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next update from Pattaya. Thank you for watching.